I mean, basically, yeah. So, yeah, storm is still raging on. It's only amber alert here, apparently. It's not red. We're right on the edge. But, you know, certainly done some damage. You know, is what it is, isn't it? How is everyone? Excited for qualifying? I bloody hope so. I'll put this here for anyone who wants it. Good afternoon, Tilbo. It's been an interesting season. It's gone quite fast. So really, the only thing up for grabs in this race is the constructors, and a lot of other people don't really have anything to lose. Max certainly doesn't have anything to lose. Carlos Sainz, he has nothing to lose. He'll want to win. He's leaving. It'll be his last chance to win a race, really. Lewis would obviously like to do well in his final race for Mercedes. Bottas would love to score some points at the final opportunity so he doesn't go pointless. So there's a few different things. I'll put this on. I was going to put this on Twitter, actually. I'll show you my fence. Bear with me. Right. I meant to post that picture. So, I watched FP3, most of it. And McLaren's looked quick. Supposedly, McLaren's the race pace looks a bit closer between teams, but McLaren definitely quicker. Hmm. Do 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 do. Hi, Tom. "24 races done. Oof. Unbelievable, actually. Unbelievable, Jeff. George Russell has had 4 pole positions this season. Oof. None for Lewis Hamilton. Ferrari are 21 pints, not pints. They might be. Ferrari are 21 points behind. That graphic they've just shown on Sky Sports is so washed out. What the hell? Ferrari are 21 points behind McLaren. Was it 21 or 29? I think it was 21. But Charles Leclerc has a 10-place grid penalty, so I think McLaren have got the constructors covered, honestly. I don't see how they can lose it without both of them DNFing and Ferrari scoring big points. McLaren have it in the bag. I like the Abu Dhabi circuit. Yeah, Ferrari. I mean, the Ferraris don't look slow though. But the McLarens look like they've got it covered, don't they? What the dancers? It's weird. Hmm. They've upped the front tire PSI by 1. Hmm. Hmm. Ah, love that, Dan. I did a little bit of farming off stream. I was just watching some videos late last night. I was doing a little bit of farming, just getting some contracts done. The game crashed, reloaded it, lost all my progress. It just reset to a previous save from earlier in the day. Madness. I don't know what's happened there. Lost a load of progress. Well, I lost. It wasn't just contracts. I lost a lot, but it is what it is. You can wang it using the console to ensure that you. I basically I got it to a point where I had the same money as I had before because it reset me to pretty much fuck all. You can use the developer console. In this instance, I used it just to get me to where I was. Similar place. Because I'm trying not to cheese it. I'm trying to be a good boy. Also, yeah, Haas. This needs to go on the notes. Haas are lightning quick. I don't know what's going on with Haas, but they're so quick. Yeah, boy. Good afternoon, Current. They're doing some sort of sticker on Gasly. What's that? What the hell's that? Oh, look at Max's beautiful green eyes. Oh, Franco and Albon have 5-place grid penalties for new gearboxes. Oof. We have started. Alonso is out. Oh, they're scrubbing some hards. Okay. It's very possible, Tom, yeah. You know, if all goes planned and I do, you know, start working full time, there's a good chance that I won't be around on weekends very much. So it's certainly possible. Never say never and all that, but it might be the last time we get to do a live watch along of a race this weekend. Just depends, really, if I'm around on weekends, you know. It depends on the job, really. There was a job I was looking at, but that's 4 on, 4 off. And because of the rotation, that means you'll work more weekends than you'll be off. You know? So out of 7 weekends, you're probably working at least one day on 5 of them, you know? Hasn't really been much talk about Lance Stroll, has there? I assume that his position is just safe, is it? Despite the fact that he's dog. Right. There hasn't really been any conversation about his position at Aston Martin, has there? Which is quite surprising. Stroll, purple, purple. Oh, and he's fucked it. I mean, he's fighting against himself for the minute because no one else has done a lap time. And he still fucked it. Well, yeah, I mean, there's obviously never any discourse about his seat because his dad runs the team, so there's never any sort of conversation around whether Lance Stroll is leaving the team. I mean, his dad needs to realistically sit down with him like a parent should and say, listen, Lance, I understand that we own, you know, I own the team, but this is a results business and you're not getting the results, you know. But he's not going to do that, obviously. Such a unique pit lane here. Yeah, I mean, Lance Stroll's just living his best life, isn't he? He gets to go around the world, drive Formula One cars. Doesn't matter if he's not quick. There's actually no pressure on him. Because he'll never lose his job. So he's just like, yeah, cool. No bother. All the other drivers performing get smashed in the media every week. Lance Stroll's like, oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, my dad runs the team. I'm cool. I'm talking about this. There's some sort of color issue going on these TV cameras. By the way, I don't know if you guys can notice it. The colors are like really blown out and oversaturated. Weird. They were talking about that pit lane going underground, right? And the interesting thing about that pit lane is it's very, very unique because it goes underground. Yet, despite going underground and then being able to put the exit wherever they wanted, they put the exit on turn 2, which was a terrible place to have it, really, because it's not as safe as it could have been. If you're going to make it underground, at least make the exit in a little bit of a better position, but no. Go on, Sergio. Show them how it's done. Oof. 8/10 quicker than Lance Stroll, who obviously had a lightning fast time because it's Lance Stroll, you know? Oh, Sergio Perez went over the white line. Oh, dear. So as it turns out, he's not quicker than Lance Stroll. Not legally, anyway. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. I mean, Albon's just done a 24. Sono's done a 24 flat, and Verstappen will breeze past that. So they're going to be in the high 23s. I'm not sure if they'll get to 22s. Yeah. Yeah, Verstappen did a 23.5 there. So I do think you're right. By the time we get into Q3, we should be in the high 22s. It's what I mean, Tom. Whenever he's asked about it, he's like, no, guys, I'm here next year. And people are saying, no, but Horner said, no, guys, I'm here. Oh, what? He's like, no, 100% I'll be here next year. Like, oh, are you sure? He's adamant. So he knows something we don't. Whatever's going on with that contract situation, he's confident that he's going to be there. So Verstappen a little bit slower than Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc in third. Norris currently down on Carlos Sainz's time, but Oscar Piastri, who's quick round here, was up on Carlos Sainz's time. Magnussen, there you go, up into third. Haas, that's insane. Norris only goes fourth. Slower than a Haas. Where is this Haas space come from? Like, all of a sudden, Haas are a front-running team. Like what? Make it make sense. Magnussen is only a 10th off pole at the minute. Obviously, this isn't the pole session, but you know what I mean. Absolute madness. McLaren 4th and 5th. Carlos Sainz with the quickest time. I mean, Hulkenberg's in 7th, but he's only 2/10 off. Unbelievable, Jeff. Tidy lap here from George Russell. Oh, George Russell only goes 8th. But he's only 3/10 off. But that's put him in 8th. Lewis goes 9th. 4/10 off. Wow. Mercedes are going to get out-qualified by 2 Haas cars here. Interesting. I'm just watching a replay of Sergio Perez going off at turn 1. Yeah, he was over the white line. Yeah, and Lance Stroll's just popped it in there as well. And it's not like they're miles off. George Russell's 0.3 off the current fastest time, and that's put him in 9th place. That's how close it is. 0.3 off the fastest lap, and you're in 9th. That's wild, isn't it? You know, Hulkenberg in 7th to Sainz is separated by 0.2. That's wild. Absolutely wild. Perez is going to be under a lot of pressure now because he has to go out and do another quick lap without a banker on the board. Yeah, cheeky bit of Terry Crews. Loves it, doesn't he? Afternoon, Juice. So Perez is going to have one lap at it. Boots, good afternoon. Perez is going to have one lap to smash it out. We've had some qualifying sessions this year where it has been incredibly close, haven't we? Not all the races have been close, but qualifying's usually been very, very close. If we can have that again next year, then that'll be a good season. Bloody hell for you. Right, Perez. Perez under pressure. Perez under pressure. I mean, his lap was good enough to get through. He did a 23.5, Sergio Perez. So if his lap wouldn't have been deleted for going over that line, it would have been more than enough. Doohan in his first race. Well, proper race. Well, can Perez do it again? That is the question, isn't it? Because he's only got one lap left, you would assume that he would have to leave a little bit on the table to ensure that he was, going to get through. But wait. Sergio Perez has had his lap reinstated. Well, that is unheard of. So Perez's lap has been reinstated. That's put him back up into 3rd. Wow, that's actually pretty unheard of. You don't really see that very often. Yeah, Red Bull definitely been crying to the stewards. It was close. I mean, I'd have to go and see it again in slow motion, but... Oh my god. That was dangerous, wasn't it, in the pit lane? What was Perez getting irate for there? The Sauber stopped. Bloody calm down, Sergio. Bloody hell. I mean, that's over the white line. That's clear as day over the white line. There's a point there where he had nothing. I mean, what? No, come on. There's a point there where I freezed it where nothing looks like it's on the white line, but listen, if they say it is, then it is, you know. So it doesn't look like it from that angle, but it's so close that on a TV angle like that, it would be really, really hard to say. I'm sure they've got other angles they can look at. Oh, that's a bold statement, Tom. I think both Mercedes need good laps here. Because all the cars around are going to improve. So both Mercedes. Bottas goes P1! What? Oh, George. Hamilton needs to fucking get going. Oh, Mercedes could be in trouble here, you know. They've got a bit of traffic. Not a great prep to the start of the lap either. Hamilton, I think, could be out here. And if he is, it'll be because Mercedes put him in a terrible position. It's hard to say there. George looked like he moved out of the way the final second, George, so I think he'll be okay. But George kind of did look like he did impede the RB. I don't know. Lewis has had a terrible first sector, so Lewis is going out. And it'll be entirely Mercedes' fault for putting them in that position. Lewis is only less than a tenth up on the time he needs to get out. Verstappen goes fourth. I don't know where that lap from Bottas came from. This should be enough for Russell, I think. Yeah, ninth. Hamilton's out. They put him in such a bad spot. Oh, he's got something in under his floor. He's got something under his floor. There's something under the car. He's got a bollard, yeah. Commentators haven't noticed that. Well, they fucked it. They sent him out in a terrible time. He had 6 seconds to get to the line. He had to follow another car. Just... Yeah. That's a shocker, because the car's been quick. Fucking hell. Last race of the season. Fucking hell. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Okay, Mag pushed the bollard onto the track. And Lewis ran over it. Oh, man. Oh my god. No wonder Lewis's final sector was so shit. Fucking K-Mag, man. What the fuck? I still think it was going to be a bad lap, though, because they put him and George in a terrible position. George had to bail out on the final corner and compromised his lap. George managed to get the lap in, though, but it was still not great for him. Honestly, Mercedes just sending him out at a stupid time. Him and George, not just Lewis. They sent George out at a stupid time as well. Just poor. I mean, George might get impeding. I'd have to see a replay of it, but yeah. I think, well, he was a 10th up on the time he needed to get in. So without that issue with the bollard, maybe he would have crept in. He lost 2.5 tenths in the final sector. And I imagine a significant amount of that in those last 3 corners would have been the bollard. I think without the bollard, he would have probably got through. I mean, sometimes if you don't have bad luck, you wouldn't have any luck. You know? And Lewis hasn't performed in qualifying. We can all agree with that. But he's also had some bad luck as well. That is pretty bad luck, as bad luck goes. He's now going to be starting 18th in his final race for Mercedes. And he'll be as miserable as you can fucking imagine. Especially considering he's had good pace and good race pace as well. So, yeah. Not ideal. So just watching this lap now. That honestly, K-Mag going to the inside there as well is really distracting. Because Lewis is trying to take that curb. Do you know what I mean? And seeing a car there. Yeah, that's unlucky, isn't it? Maybe Lewis just going to go, nah, fuck Ferrari, I'm off. I don't think that is in line at all. I don't think he's on the line. Perez fuming. Absolutely fuming. Hmm. I think Russell might get away with that because there was a car on the inside as well. I don't know. Hmm. Sorry. What the fuck's that girl? She sat on the top of the mast. Get down from there, little one. Get down. That sucks for Lewis, man. Last race with Mercedes, the car looked decent. To have that, that's just so unlucky. But again, Mercedes put him in that position as well, him and George. If George gets a penalty for impeding in the final corner, it'll be entirely on Mercedes because they put them there. Because even if Lewis didn't have that bollard, he was stuck up behind. I can't remember who it was. I'm not sure if it was K-Mag. His lap and George's was completely compromised. They put them in just a terrible position. Yeah, really bad. Really bad for Mercedes. I mean, he might do, Welly. He might get done for impeding. But there's a car on the inside as well, so I don't know. But he is... Yeah, honestly, I don't know. I feel like if he gets away with it, I can understand why he would. But likewise, if he gets punished, I can also see why he would get punished for it. Hmm. I don't think... Oh, Russell and Lawson, investigation for impeding. It is officially being investigated. Yeah. Oh, no further investigation? Did it say? Oh, no further investigation. Sorry, it's not being looked at. They've decided it's fine. I tell you what, he's lucky. That could have easily gone the other way. He's really lucky to get away with that. Like I say, I can understand why they wouldn't investigate it because of so much traffic, but I'm also surprised they haven't investigated it. He's lucky there. I won't. There's something like the car footage seems really low quality to you. I don't know if anyone's watching the broadcast, but the onboard footage for some reason looks like potato quality. It's weird. I don't know. Yeah, it looks really low quality for some reason. More so than normal. Ooh, 1 minute 22s. 22.9. Well, what you might not know is that the onboard cameras are actually 720p and they're upscaled. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that they always look good. I'm saying that for some reason they look particularly bad today. For some reason, like worse than normal. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's because of the signal quality, and that's why. This looks like I'm watching this on my Skybox, which is normally crystal clear. The whole video footage looks more like Now TV or Sky Go to me. Maybe not quite that bad, but it doesn't. It just doesn't look great. It looks really poor. The video quality across the board. Hulkenberg popping it up there again. What a lad. I think Hulkenberg, one of the Haas cars could out-qualify the Ferraris here. That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Norris, P2. I said this earlier, but there's also something going on with the contrast and the saturation. The saturation on these this feed looks really oversaturated to me. Unless there's something on my monitor going on, which I mean I also can't rule out. Piastri's been quick so far this weekend. I think he's talking about the quality of them, Tilbo. The quality isn't great. They're always bit ratey and what have you. Yeah, Charles kept it out of the wall there. Where's Max Verstappen pulled this lap out from? He sometimes just pulls laps out of his ass, doesn't he? Reminds me a lot of what Hamilton used to do back in the day. Do you know what I mean? Hamilton would be off and then he'd just find a lap. Max has got that same ability. Piastri goes P3. Used tyres, though, apparently. Yeah, Max did have new tyres. It seems like most of the other cars, Piastri, Norris had used. If Norris was on used, then that's an exceptionally good time from him. Russell was definitely on used tyres. Perez could have 20 tyres and he still wouldn't be on pole. Perez could have the most ultimate grippy tyres possible and go full throttle around every corner and still not be on pole position. Yeah, but again, to be fair, Tilbo, the argument wasn't they're not. He wasn't saying they're not good for what they are. He was just saying that they're not good quality, which they're not. Like what I mean is that they're not. They are quite bit ratey and stuff. If we're saying they're good for what they are, sure, but it's not incorrect that the quality of them isn't good. the view is good, but the quality isn't great. Now, if you take the quality of those cameras and then add in Sky Go, then yeah, it'll be like watching. You may as well just watch Pixels because Sky Go's so bad, the quality on it. But I say I'm watching this on my Skybox on HD, and this feed for some reason right now does not look good. Like even just the normal camera feed doesn't look HD. So I'm not really sure why. Because, like I say, the quality just on the normal pictures doesn't look great either. Yeah, it could be something to do with the weather. It could be any number of things. I couldn't it, but it's definitely a noticeable dip in quality on what I'm seeing. It looks like it's maybe don't know. It looks like it's less than 1080p. I don't know. Well, you don't know, mate. I do have I know why. Oh yeah. Get George out early. Yeah. I don't think Max needs to, does he? He's not. They're not. The guys in the bottom 5 are not going to find a second. Arthur Leclerc. So, end of Q2, who's going out? I mean, I dare say Alonso and Stroll are going out. Probably Bottas, let's be honest. I mean, Bottas doshed it into third person in Q1, so up into third person? Did he? Is he playing games? Knocked it into third position. Well, they introduced a rule that had a minimum lap time, but the problem is that doesn't start until you go over the pit lane line. So people have started sort of queuing in the pit lane, and then obviously there was all that kerfuffle about cars being slow out of the pits, and then it seems nothing's really been done about it. It's just like, yeah, it's weird. There was a whole discourse about it, and yet people still do it without any repercussions. Because it's the only place that they can build a gap now, because once they hit that pit line, they have a delta they have to adhere to. So basically, the FIA didn't fix the problem. They just moved the problem, if that makes sense. I mean, classic FIA. So Magnussen on a half decent lap. So is Gasly, but Gasly's only on the time to get into the top 10. Magnussen doesn't get out. 11th for Magnussen. George Russell had a slow first sector, but he has been quick in the middle sector, so he is only 2/10 down on Verstappen's time. Nico Hülkenberg just almost matched Max Verstappen's time and put it in second. Wow. Gasly goes P3. Hello. George Russell should be fine here. He only goes 6, but still fine. I got my wisdom tooth is pushing out, and it's giving me a bit of. I think it's giving me a bit of a lisp. So Charles Leclerc needs this lap. So does Liam Lawson. So does Carlos Sainz. Lance Stroll goes 10th. He's getting knocked out. Where can Alonso put it? Alonso goes P6th. Charles Leclerc. Oh! Goes first. Not that it matters because he's got a penalty anyway. Oh, Leclerc deleted. Charles Leclerc's ruined then. Oh, he's going to go to the back then. Oh, no. Charles Leclerc. Lawson goes 11th. Charles Leclerc, lap time deleted. He's currently in 13th. He's going to start last. Bottas, Q3! Hey! Love that. Oh, Charles Leclerc's going to be fuming. I'm just saying, if Charles' lap wasn't deleted, Perez would have been knocked out. The only thing that saved Perez was Leclerc's lap time got deleted. Now, how far over the line was he? Because they need to get him to review that. Because they reviewed Perez. Need to see the other angle. It looked out. Yeah, he's out. Definitely out. He's definitely further than Perez. You can see a clear gap there. A clear gap. He's definitely out. Yeah. There's no wiggle room there. You can see the blue. There's absolutely no wiggle room. Sorry, Charles. Sorry, mate. You can't argue that one. You know, it's obviously a small amount, but it's definitely over the white line for sure. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just gonna grab some water while we're waiting. I've got a sore throat, which doesn't get any less sore when I talk. You know me. Love to fucking chat, don't I? Hmm. Okay. Who's going to dosh it on pole then, guys, based on what we've seen so far? I mean, honestly, I think it's going to be Verstappen. Verstappen or Sainz. Yeah, Bottas P2. Rolling back the years. That's so stupid. The more I watch that, it's so stupid from K-Mag, isn't it? It's so stupid. It was a terrible, like, I know we talked about it. Forget the bollard for a second. Mercedes were lucky they didn't have both drivers going out where they put them on the track, because Russell and Hamilton both had compromised laps because of where the team put them out on the track. So the team have to take some responsibility for that session there. Because that one's just not, like, I think Lewis would have got through if it wasn't for the bollard, but even still, to putting them in that situation unnecessarily is just stupid. Again, George could have ended up with a penalty because of where Mercedes placed him on the circuit. So they're lucky, really. Also, McLaren haven't been as quick in this qualifying session as I thought they were going to be. They looked really, really quick in the practice sessions, but so far, they've not been lighting up the timesheets at the front, have they? So... not really. I mean, you know, they're there, but they're not. They don't seem to have that pace advantage over the field that we saw during practice, do they? So Hmm. Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg is so quick in qualifying. Like, he's so quick. Honestly, so good. Do you know what? The more... Ever since Valtteri Bottas left Mercedes, the more I've liked him. Not that I didn't like him before, but I feel like he's just sort of come into his own, you know? He's such a likable person. Nice view here with Hulkenberg. Hmm. Went in deep. Yeah, Hulkenberg. Not a great lap from Hulk. Yeah, I mean, it's the lap's fine for Hulkenberg, but not. It wasn't great. $23.4. Russell only goes behind Hulkenberg. Yes, he's on used tires, but so was Hulkenberg. Perez goes P2. This will go... Oh! Oh! And he's still... What? How is he still... How is he half a second quicker? How could he have that slide and be half a second quicker? What? That doesn't make any sense. Gasly goes P4. Piastri goes P2. I don't understand how... Norris goes P2. Oof. Piastri's time got deleted, though. Max had such a big slide, had to go across the track, and yet didn't lose any time. I don't understand how he hasn't lost time there. How has he not lost time? He's definitely not over track limits, but I don't understand how he didn't lose time. That's madness. Because he has... Well, he will have lost time. I suppose what I'm saying is, how is he still first when he would have lost time there? That's wild. If Max gets pole when he had... Because he must have lost a couple of tenths there. He must have lost a couple of tenths. Like, he has to have, right? For sure. Oh, Piastri. That was exactly the same as George Russell. Sergio Perez. I would contest that if I were McLaren. I would be contesting the shit out of that. That looked very similar to Perez. Thing is, they need to do that quick though, because it can affect. Yeah, I don't know. Suppose it doesn't matter. I think Piastri. I think that lap will get reinstated. It's close though, very close. I still can't believe Verstappen was quickest with that massive slide. Yeah, I suppose he's still coming out to do a lap, so it doesn't really matter. Can't really. Oh, yeah, reinstated. Lap time reinstated. He's just on the white line with his front tyre. So Piastri's time will be reinstated, puts him back up into third currently. I tell you what I don't like. I don't like the MasterCard logo on the front wings of the McLaren. It looks weird. Sidebar. I know it's not really relevant, but the because the MasterCard logo is like those two circles, when it fits on the front wing over the flaps of the front wing, it just doesn't quite look right to me. I don't like it. It just looks weird. It kind of looks like the light is reflecting because one of the colors is similar to their papaya. So it kind of just looks like a reflective front wing. So, anyway, 3 minutes. Sergio Perez is on a quick lap. Who's getting pole position? I think Max is getting pole position. I said it earlier and I stand by it. That if he can go that quick, whilst also sliding out of the rear corner the way he did, when he puts on fresh tyres now, he can go even quicker. I don't think anyone else is matching it. Apart from Sergio Perez, of course, because he's a real racer. Right, Sergio is on his lap, so this will be his final lap, I presume. He's almost 3/10 off. But that is better than his current lap. Yeah. I'll be amazed if this isn't the last time we see Perez in a Red Bull. I'll be amazed. He goes fourth, 3/10 off. If Sergio Perez is still in that car next year, I will be amazed. I think they're buying him out of a contract. They've got their lawyers on it. They're going to throw the bus at it. Oscar Piastri starting his lap. Definitely left more margin at the turn one. Slow first sector, but it's still pretty much equal to Verstappen, but it's his. It's not even a personal best for Piastri. It looked like he derated at the end of the straight there. Oh, it's messy through the chicane though for Piastri. Definitely lost time through the chicane. Norris is up. Yeah, Piastri lost. He's done a personal best, but he's now over a 10th down on Verstappen's time. Hulkenberg! 22.8! What? 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 Gasly goes P4? Yay. Piastri, P1. Bloody hell. Carlos Sainz. Russell's slow in the first sector. He's 2/10 off. Oh, Sainz lost time in the final corner there, but Sainz goes P2. Oh my God. 2-1. Norris P1 by 2/10. A purple third sector out of nowhere. George Russell now. And Verstappen's slow. Verstappen's slow. George Russell's 7th. Max Verstappen's got a yellow first and second sector. He's not going to get pole. 5th. Verstappen's starting behind Hulkenberg, P4. Norris, Piastri, P1 and P2. We were just saying how they hadn't hooked it up. And then they go P1, P2 out of nowhere. Perez just got out-qualified by Bottas, Alonso, and Gasly, and Hulkenberg. Oof. I mean, Max threw everything at that, to be fair, and he still finished behind Hulkenberg, so I mean, you know. Yeah, I mean, McLaren absolutely pulled that out their ass, didn't they? Pulled that out of their ass. Because it genuinely didn't look like they were going to get pole position. Unbelievable, Jeff. I would love to see Valtteri Bottas get in the points tomorrow. I would love that. That's the sort of pace I expected after watching the practice sessions. I expected them to have that sort of pace. Max struggled on his final lap. He didn't do any personal bests. Hmm. Well. Wasn't that something? Right. Joe's got a Christmas movie on. I mean, it's December, innit? So you've got to allow these things. You've got to allow these things. Right. I will return tomorrow for the race. And I'm going to go, you know, keep myself safe from this horrible wind. I'm not sure which one she's watching. I'm not sure. I just knew it was a Christmas movie. I'll be back tomorrow for the race. Stay safe this weekend if you're anywhere near the red or amber warnings. It is very, very windy, folks. in the UK. So stay safe. I will be back in the morrow to watch the season finale with you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.